Andy and Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's got his used car salesman blue coat on today, looking lovely.
I'd buy a used car from me.
I'd buy one all day.
Selling.
Yeah, of course. Well, guess what?
What's that?
Mailbag.
Oh no.
Yep. I got my.
I'm betting
it's my dad was over the other day and he asked if I shaved with this. I'm like, yeah, Dad, no.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I know, right? And I don't think it's quite sharp enough either. So,
okay.
Anyway, guess who our mail's from?
I'm assuming Steph.
You'd be assuming right. Generally, you don't want to assume things, and why is that?
No, I'm not doing it.
Because it makes an ass out of you and me.
Right? I hate that. I have always hated that.
I hate it too, but sometimes
I don't acknowledge it.
But no, this one is you're dead on the money with it, and let's see what we got. The Celtic Zodiac. Wow!
Oh,
wow!
Sweet. Can you hold it up so the entire class can
listen?
see?
Don't be so demanding. I'm working on unfolding.
I'm not being demanding. It's just
look at
this.
You're being very short. You're being very demanding, and you're being
not at all.
Yes, you are. You're being
Somebody's
impatient.
just a little irritable. It's okay. I'm just very nice. You know what I like? I like that her color schemes are always consistent.
Aren't they pretty?
I knew what it was going to be. It's nice. I like that. Very.
I think this is my favorite one she's sent in so far.
I think it's in the top 5.
I really do. And I'll have to read the back of it later because I've never actually heard of the Celtic Zodiac, and I'm Celtic. What do you know?
Yeah, that's right. That's your wheelhouse.
That's my wheelhouse. So there you go. Thank you, Steph.
All right then.
What'd you do last night?
I just watched. I watched football and I fell asleep. I fell asleep before the game. Woke up middle of the second quarter. Watched most of it, then dozed off again, and then woke up at the end. So I'm still going to count that as about 3 hours of football watching into my goal of an entire day. So I need to get at least 21 more hours in between today and Sunday night.
Well, I wish you the best with that.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
You
gotta have goals in life.
Some of us took the high road culture-wise and watched the show with David Attenborough narrating about hummingbirds last night. It was fascinating. So much better than a.
Oh yes, nothing. A red-blooded American male. Nothing defines our culture more than watching a show about hummingbirds. That's some alpha dog entertainment right there, sir. Wow.
You know what that is? Watch.
I
have a visual for that.
Impressed.
You ready?
A little intimidated by your hummingbird.
That's the highbrow
or whatever viewing. Yeah, it's highbrow. Very highbrow. Mm-hmm. Hummingbirds they hum, and they're birds. So, wow. Take notice of their flight. How majestic.
That's what it was.
How absolutely amazing. And the colors, the colors.
You know what the colors come from?
That's what men like. That's what men like to watch. That's what we do. You really, you know what I love? I love how you make that connection with the vast majority of American males. And I love that.
Do you know where the colors come from? On the birds? You don't. See, I do.
Okay. Well, take that knowledge with you.
And you on the other hand, got
you could get
3 hours in and out and a bunch of Chili's commercials. Wow.
I don't think there was one Chili's commercial. Yeah. A lot of gambling and investment commercials. But
even better. Good. Well, okay, good for you.
Which I'm for because I'm pro commerce.
Do you have a gambling app on your phone?
Actually, I do. I had one before it actually became legal in Michigan.
Oh.
So I was doing it a little outside the lines, so to speak. I haven't used it for a while. But yeah, it's still on my phone, and I
All right.
may open it back up. I did okay, but I don't. I need to do more investing in
Yeah.
that because of my astute knowledge of the game. So
Sure.
I need to put that into practice. I used to get in arguments with my brother-in-law Mark over this because he is so anti these gambling ads. I'm like, you're invested in the stock market. Well, that's not that's heavily regulated. Oh, okay. So Wall Street's fine, but Vegas isn't, or online. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
You cannot be pro Wall Street investment and anti gambling. It's the same damn thing. It's exactly the same thing.
Okay.
That's just where we are.
Perfect.
It's all good.
All right. You
Uh,
regale us with some news. I'll practice the Jeopardy question so we get it
okay,
right.
good.
And don't forget, it's always quarter, not quarter.
Okay.
We're working on improving you.
Everybody notices that subtle difference in
They
pronunciation.
do.
But
It
okay.
drives them nuts.
Let's get into it. Contract talks between Hollywood writers and executives set to resume next week. Writers have been on strike for nearly 5 months over issues like pay, job security, and regulating the use of artificial intelligence. There are no talks yet planned to settle the actors' strike. I got a buddy of mine who is an actor and a stand-up comic out in Hollywood. So this has impacted him a little bit, but I think if you're a stand-up, I mean, you can still make money and
Yeah.
he's still doing fine. But I don't know that there's going to be an end to this because I don't think from the executive's point of view that there's much impetus to do it right
There will
now.
be an
And
end. It will come. There will be some
eventually,
concessions
yeah.
made, and
Mhm.
and it's okay. Um, I appreciate what they're standing up for, and I appreciate the actors that are standing up next to them. The writers saying, "Hey, look, you deserve a better piece of the pie." I think
They get paid pretty well. They actually do. Now, should they get a bigger one? Yeah, maybe they should.
you
Maybe
know
they should. But it was a bad time to do it when they did it. That's part of the problem. You did it at a time where, okay, all the shows were uh, the fall. That you were into summer, and maybe that was part of. Maybe thought, hey, we can hammer out a deal before
right,
the fall season. But you're forgetting about streaming and all of the stuff that most people have not gotten to yet. This actually
right.
gives everybody a chance to catch up on some shows that maybe they weren't
But
aware of. I'll never
here's the
get through
thing,
all of it. We've
and
got too much already.
I want you to stop and think about this because I was talking to a guy the other day that
Mm-hmm.
retired from the phone company, and I'm a fan of really old documentaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a documentary here about the phone company, and it was made in about 1954, 55. And they were talking about what it takes to put a phone in a house.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, dude, you had people doing the phone. You had people doing the trunk line that ran the phone. You had people doing the phone book. You had people doing the punch blocks behind the scenes connecting all the phones. You had operators doing all the phones. You had salespeople doing business phones. You had people doing multi lines. You had guys climbing the phone poles. You had all this other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get that it's a company's job to make money,
Oh,
right?
and
Now,
and rates were
today,
outrageous.
it's it's all on a microchip. All of that
Yeah,
is on one microchip.
but
Which
go
okay,
ahead.
all right. We've got the cost down. We've got it to where even 10-year-olds can have a
Remarkably,
phone of their own and walk around
remarkably
wherever they
down.
want to go.
Mhm.
But think of the jobs that got eliminated to get there. And at what point do you stop and say, we can no longer keep cutting jobs because we will have nobody left to buy the shit we're selling if they don't have money? So
Yeah, that's
that's the problem here in
a
Hollywood. You've got all these different gears that turn, including the writers, and for people to stand up behind the writers and say, yes, you're a valuable gear and we need you to be a part of what we do, that's admirable. And you can piss all over them all day long if you want, saying, hey, I want to
I'm
save
not
money and I
pissing
want
on
to
him.
shop at Dollar General and I want to do this and I want to do that. That's great.
How's that?
But dude,
I'm not
you
pissing
are
on him.
that I know you're not, but I'm saying the general attitude, right? What I'm saying is that that mentality of how much can we cut and how far can we cut it right down to the bone is a death knell. You're running right to the finish line with zero.
Mm-hmm.
That's the singularity. That's when we turn into a fourth world economy.
And
It's
that's a
coming.
fair point. That's a fair point, and I think that's why, and I was harping on this a few years back, the idea about um, universal basic
Of
income,
course, but guess what?
which was, but
If
which would
nobody's working,
supplement.
there's not going to be any money to pour into the universal
Here's the
basic
point.
income.
Yeah, here's the point. Here's the point. That was only going to supplement. That was to get you through, so you're not necessarily living paycheck to paycheck, to where
Right.
if you have a hospital bill, or you have a car, your car breaks down, something happens, that gives you a little bit of a cushion. It was not for you to just live off of. You have to work, you have to be somewhat productive, and you have to adjust. And again, part of the issue too is, and why a lot of us, I don't want we don't care that much about this particular strike, is because writers in Hollywood, actors in Hollywood always seem to be, and gave the impression that they were above it. They were above you. They were above
I
me.
don't think that.
They were above, they were above the Midwest. It was East Coast, West Coast. That's all they gave a shit about. That's all they really wanted to speak to. Now, I'm not going to say, I don't want to broad brush and say all, because that's not accurate, nor is that fair to some very fine writers and some very good actors. Okay. But yeah, there is a little, the public in general does, it's different from, like, say, the auto workers. More people can kind of get behind those people because they can identify with the American auto worker. They can identify with them because they're us, right? We're not the actors, by and large. We're not the writers. So, and that attitude that has come out of basically Los Angeles and New York, there's kind of an F them kind of viewpoint now, coming from the rest of the country. I'm like, why should we care about you? You don't really give a shit about us. You
Well,
don't. You don't give a shit. So why should we care about you? Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't, to your point, but this is where, you're not gonna get the sympathy of most of the rest of the country, because you're a Hollywood writer who's making 80, 90,000, and you want to make 150, 200,000 because you're living in California, when you could just as easily do the same writing job living in Wichita, Kansas. So look, again, not saying they don't have reason to want more and to go on. So I'm not saying that, but the idea that the public's going to really get behind this or really give a shit, not gonna
okay.
happen. Just how it is. But your points are all
And
fair
do
points.
remember that you're the guy that says you don't besmirch a guy that can make as much as he can make. You've said
Did
that.
you not just listen to
I
what the
did.
hell I just said?
I did. But I wanted to
You
remind you,
didn't
you said
listen.
that multiple times.
I said yes, and I'm all for them trying to get as much as they can.
Okay.
But you also have to understand that most of the rest of the country doesn't give a shit about
Okay.
Hollywood writers and
Maybe I,
elitist
but
actors going on
maybe I
strike.
gave them the
Don't
reason to
care.
give a shit because
They
if we
don't.
continue to look at the decline of jobs
Mm-hmm.
in every industry, be it Hollywood or telephones or widget jobs or whatever, if you continue to eliminate them, or broadcasting, how about that?
Mm-hmm.
Keep eliminating
Yeah.
jobs and
Nobody
see
cared
where it
about
gets
us
us.
either. Nobody
I
cared
know
about
they
us
don't care
either, and
about
I
us.
understood that.
That's why
And
I
I
took the reins
understood
and
that.
turned it into us, not some.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's called adjusting to the current. Here's the thing.
I'm not
If
arguing with
you're
about that.
if you're a talented person, whether you're an actor or a writer, you can write. Nothing is stopping you from writing.
Nope.
Nothing is stopping you from performing online and developing a bit, doing what you have done with this particular company. Adjusting, okay, the broadcast industry is going this way. How do I adjust to it? How am I
I agree.
able to succeed and not just survive but thrive? And you figured out a way to do that. Everybody's got to adjust. None
Yep.
of these people, none of these actors, none of these writers gave a shit about these other jobs going away. They didn't care. Okay. So the idea that Joe Blow auto worker in Detroit who is on strike, or the people in that area are going to care about Hollywood writers and actors, or to expect them to, I wouldn't.
Okay.
And I understand why they don't. Again, I don't begrudge them trying to make as much as they can. I think that's part of, but you're going to have to do it in another way. You're going to have to become your own company and take ownership of that. Don't rely on some douchebag executive at NBC to provide you with some show to work on. Do it yourself. Write your own story. Create your own content. Create your own entertainment, and you can not just survive but thrive. So there you go. We don't need to give a shit about the strike. Hey, this is a great opportunity for you. Seize it. There you go.
All right.
Turn into the skid. Speaking of the networks, ABC News could be up for sale. Disney has reportedly held exploratory talks with the Nexstar Media Group. Media mogul Byron Allen has also spoken with Disney about a possible deal. I still remember. I still think of Byron Allen on the show Real People.
Yeah.
And then he had his the Comics Unleashed, which was an extremely lame show. But
he is a badass behind the scenes.
But oh yes,
yeah,
he is. And this is a guy that his talking about create. I mean, it's insane. He is one of the power brokers in Hollywood, and you never would have necessarily expected that. And
I'd like to see him sell it to Nexstar. Maybe we could get that guy from TVA back in charge. That news director.
Oh, look, I'm not begrudging. And again, I am not anti or pro. Okay, I worked with that guy. I didn't, he's a little different, but I got along fine with him. So I just did. But then again, I get along with everybody anyway.
Right.
Finally, young children will be tested for lead poisoning beginning in 2024 in Michigan. Bipartisan legislation passed in Lansing on a 67-42 vote. This bill will require children to have their blood tested at 1 and 2 years old starting next January.
I don't want my kid poked.
Okay, really?
You ain't giving my kid the jab.
Okay. This is about lead poisoning. This is not about
I don't trust the government. You ain't giving my kid the jab.
Okay. You want to get into this?
Nope. You ain't giving me the kid. You ain't giving me the jab. They're going to put in a tracking device in my kids. No way.
I'm not taking it. I didn't have a good reaction to the other one.
Well, so, I'm not taking the jab. My kid's not getting lead poisoning treatment.
This is different.
No, it's not.
This is something that gets tested over years.
Something that's not taking the jab. You ain't putting no needle in me. Nope.
Okay, there we go.
Nope.
I see it. Yeah. Okay, you realize you're shitting on 50% right now.
No.
Just throwing it out there.
There will be no jab. As you cough.
Oh no. Oh good. Oh no. Oh, what's wrong? Oh no. 6 feet
no
away.
Jab. You ain't putting no needle in me. Nope.
Get out of here.
Nope.
Really?
Trying to put tracking devices in my kid when he's 1? Not a chance.
We got to do that.
That's what we ain't got to do nothing. I'm just saying. When I have kids, they are not putting a needle in that kid. No way.
You know that the vast majority of people who question the other needle vaccinate their kids for everything else.
Well,
because all that stuff,
I'm sorry.
because all that stuff's been tested for years. For years. Okay, there you go. You can do the ignorant rube, whatever you want. Understand what the actual facts are. That's all I'm saying.
You ain't getting no jab.
Of course. There you go. Sports. Lions take on Seattle. 1:00 kickoff on Sunday. They're moving to 2-0. That's going to be a bloodbath at Ford Field. If I'm Seattle, you just want to get out of there without getting hurt. You're dropping to 0-2. That's guaranteed. I'll
Okay.
go 20 with you on that game right now if you want.
I would think about it,
Seattle
but
was a
no.
playoff team last year.
You're
They're going to
kind
get
of
their
a.
asses
You
kicked.
never gave me an opportunity to bet when you weren't sure, so I'm gonna have to pass.
No,
Thanks a
I
lot.
wasn't going to bet on. No, I wasn't. No, because I didn't think Detroit was going to win in Kansas City.
Well, I
Most
had faith in
optimistic
him.
Lions fan didn't think. And you know what they did? They went in there and they won in the toughest place. They're coming home, and that's going to be a beatdown.
I
That's going to
couldn't
be a.
imagine. I can't wait.
It's
I
going
got
to
my
be a
popcorn
blood.
popping right
Oh,
now.
that's going to be fun. Sparty takes on number 8 Washington, Michigan. Their final game without head coach Jim Harbaugh serving a ridiculously stupid, asinine 3-game suspension. They should probably still beat Bowling Green. Anyway, that kickoff, I believe, 7:30 on Saturday night. The Eagles, meanwhile, beat the Vikings Thursday Night Football 34-28. That's
And you forgot to mention the Tigers picked up a win yesterday.
nobody gives a shit.
Yes,
the
they
season's
do.
over.
They totally
No,
care.
nobody cares.
No,
Nobody
they
cares.
No, they do. And they're second in their division. The
Nobody
Arts
cares.
for 1,200. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Erato, the muse of love poetry, is the
Erato?
Erato, Erato.
Okay. I've never heard that word before in my life.
Well, then you're in trouble, aren't you?
Okay.
Because that's a sinking ship right there. And you know what? Erato would not have gotten the jab. He is against it.
Hang on. Wait, I better get 6 feet back from you.
Okay, do that. Thanks.
Hashtag the science.
All right.
Okay.
Erato, the muse of love poetry, is depicted holding this harp-like instrument.
This harp-like harp. See, I'm thinking a harp.
Well, it's harp-like.
But it's not, it's a harp-like instrument.
Yes.
What's a harp-like instrument that's not a harp?
If I could tell you that, I'd give you the answer.
How much is this for?
1,200. You'd probably get this, but you know what happened?
What?
When you got your vaccine, it scrambled your brain.
Yeah, probably.
That's what happened.
I know it gave me I know it gave me palpitations, so there's that.
Well, they told you it would.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lyre.
See,
See?
I didn't. A liar?
Lyre.
A lyre.
No, it's
I'm going
pronounced
with
lyre.
lyre. I'm going to call it a lyre.
Well, then again, you'd be wrong. That's okay, though.
Okay.
You're used to that. And I will plan on seeing you come Monday.
You have a fabulous weekend.
No, you have a fabulous weekend.
No, you. No, sir, you.
Really.
And wear that Dio shirt a third time. Wear that Dio shirt a third time.
I might just do that.
Happy Friday, Muskegon. We have another sunny day ahead of us before clouds move in over the weekend. So let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Your weather headlines show we will stay dry through Saturday until rain showers will likely move in Saturday night going into Sunday. But most of them look pretty scattered until warmer weather will arrive next week once we get back into the 70s and maybe even 80 degrees once again for one more time, possibly for the rest of the year. So like I said, we'll be dry through Saturday until Saturday night going into Sunday. Some showers are possible, but like I said, they will be pretty scattered, so we're only about 50 to 60% chance of rain. This is Sunday at 8 a.m., and you can see that's about the best chance of seeing any rain across West Michigan. Temperatures today, though, will likely be in the lower 70s, which is a couple degrees cooler than average. However, next week we're expected to be above average, where highs could get into the 80s. So for your Friday, expect plenty of sunshine, a great day weather-wise with a high of 73 and a low of 57 with mostly clear skies sticking around. And like I said, over the weekend, clouds will thicken up by Saturday. We'll stay in the lower 70s until rain showers are possible for Saturday night. Going into Sunday, we'll begin to clear out later Sunday, and then a sunny day is expected on Monday before we really start to warm up, maybe even seeing the 80s one more time by the middle of next week, and then it looks like we'll cool down the following weekend. And that's your Friday forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Colin Woods Weather, and enjoy your weekend.